question goes to Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hey, Max, just what are the emotions going to be like this series and facing your former team?
I don't think it makes any difference who you play in the playoffs. You just got to treat every game the same way. You know, we had two emotional series, and I'm assuming this will be the same against a big, strong team that we haven't played against yet this year. So it's no different if you're playing the first team in the league, the team that you played for in the past. They're all the same in the playoffs, and you have to approach them all the same way.
Next question is from David Shane.
Max, just a little bit going back to the injury. Last year, you were kind of banged up at the end of last year and then the postseason. And then this year, you got hurt at the end of the regular season. Was there a little concern of kind of here we go again? I'm not going to be, fully ready for it. And then just now that you're back, I guess, how satisfying is that to be at 100%?
Yeah. They're completely different situations. Obviously, last year in the pause, I was able to skate rehabbing an injury, and then I came back and took a puck in the foot in practice. And, those are just things that you can't really control. This year was a little bit different, where it was kind of nagging for a little bit. It ended up getting a little worse than we had thought. However, got to give a lot of credit to the staff here for making the right decision and trying to get me back to, as good as you possibly can with coming into a playoff game. So, I obviously give a lot of credit to them for getting me back to this point, and I feel very good about my game right now. And our team, everybody who laces them up and goes out there on that ice with our team should feel good about their game because we're playing some good hockey.
Next question is from Jesse Granger, The Athletic.
Max, you call Montreal a big, strong team, and you go from a team in Colorado that has smaller, faster puck-moving defensemen to a team like this with really big-bodied defensemen. How different is your job as the first forward into the zone against a team like that? Yeah,
we do have to, I guess, adapt to the different playing style. However, we haven't played them yet, so it all could be just what you see on TV. It's hard to really get a really strong gauge for a team until you get up there on the ice with them, and then you can make adjustments. So I think when we're at our best, we're worrying about our own game. As you mentioned, it will be a little bit harder to get on the inside and certain things and out of corners and shake guys to get to the net. They are a little bit bigger on the back end. So that in that sense, it will be a little bit harder. However, when we focus on our own game, I think that's when we're at our best. I think there's been times in the season, in the playoffs, when we worry too much about the opponent or what they're doing. And at the end of the day, when we play our game, that's when we seem to have the most success.
Next question comes from Eric Engels.
Hey, Max, it's good to see you. I'm wondering, how has life been over the last couple of years in Vegas, and how has it set you up for a couple of great seasons that you've had in the playoffs that you're enjoying?
I've played a long time in the NHL, and I consider them all great seasons, no matter where I've played and what has happened. If it was a down year, it was a learning experience. If it was a good year, it's something to build off of. And obviously this year, I've had a lot of fun with my teammates. We've had a lot of success, and we want to keep this thing going. So I think we have a good mindset here as to what makes us successful as individuals, and that trickles throughout the lineup and as a team. And that's just our identity, is working hard and skating. And I found that in my game to be effective, and I think that's the same for all my teammates.
Next question is from Ruli Ramirez, Associated Press.
Hey, Max, the past couple of days we've been asking everybody the unfamiliarity of having to prepare for the Canadiens, but at the flip side, they have to do the same thing. And considering how well the Golden Knights did, do you feel it, the unfamiliarity that's within this matchup that plays to your advantage, plays to the Golden Knights' advantage, more than the Canadiens, as to who's got to prepare for sort of the unknown?
Yeah, I don't see it swaying one way or another in terms of an advantage. We're just going to go about our business. I'm sure they'll do the same, and they'll make adjustments. Their coaches will see tendencies in our team. Same thing with us, with them. However, like I said before, it's often difficult when you haven't actually played a team and you're just watching through either a TV or a computer monitor, because it's not always the same as when you get down there in the ice level. So I'm sure the first period or two, there'll be some feeling out of each other with team-wise, and then the coaches will end up making a little bit of adjustments as we go on. That's the way playoffs typically go. We're going to worry about our business. The only thing that might be a little bit different is obviously going into Canada, and there's a lot more rules and whatnot. So we're going to have to, make sure that change our lifestyle a little bit. And however, it's not any different than how we treat ourselves in the playoffs. It's normally hockey, go home and rest, and then back to the rink. So yeah, we're excited for the challenge, and I think it's going to be a great series.
We'll take 2 more questions here. Next question comes from Simon Oliver Lorange from La Presse.
Hey, Max, I'm not going to talk to you about the Canadians, but about your centerman, Chandler Stephenson. When he got in Vegas last year, he was stuck before that in Washington in the bottom 6 role. Now he's on your line playing the big minutes in the offensive line. How would you describe the curve he had with your team and the role he's playing right now with you?
Well, I mean, what's great about Chandler, I was talking to someone yesterday. I don't think that there's a single physical skill on the team that he doesn't do the best I've seen. He's fastest guy on the team. His shot's unbelievable. His hands are great. He's got really good poise, good vision. He does it all. So what was nice, despite his role in Washington, as soon as he came in here, he had the confidence that he knew he could be not only a top 6 player, but one of the best centermen in the league on one of the better lines. So he's a really big treat to play with. He skates all over the ice, makes life very easy on myself and Stoner. He's in the defensive zone. He's really responsible. Offensive zone, he's got great instincts. So I think is more just being in a great environment has allowed him to blossom and kind of use that skill that I talked about previously. And it's good to see him get rewarded because he's a great teammate as well.
We have 2 more questions here. Marc-Andre and Godin, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, Max. Nice seeing you. When you were in Montreal, you often went to bat for your centerman, whether it was Davey or Phil. When you reflect on how things were with Phil, especially, how did that dynamic help you further your career, you would say?
Yeah, I mean, Phil Danault is a great player. He's had a lot of success in different roles, which he's kind of Swiss Army knife in a sense where he can really be reliable on his own end, and then has the skating ability to take that and go offensively. So yeah, he's a player that I really enjoy playing with. It's the reason why he's had a lot of success, and he means a lot to that organization. And I'll probably play against him a lot in this series, and I'm looking forward to it.
And last question here. Go ahead, Jonathan Bernier.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello, Max. Nice to see you. Just want to know, is the life of a hockey player easier in a city like Vegas than it was for you or for a hockey player in Montreal? For instance, I think you coach your kids. Is that something that you could have done in Montreal, let's say?
No, life's the same anywhere you go. I've had a lot of fun and success both in Montreal and in Vegas as well. They're, as you mentioned, 2 completely different lifestyles. You're living in different countries and different, climates and, activities to do and whatnot. I coach my kids here, as you mentioned. My kids were younger in Montreal, so I don't know how that would have gone or time-wise or whatnot. A lot is being made of, sounds like the tone is, that life is just so much easier and in Vegas rather than Montreal. And I know people want to say that and it sounds great. However, I had a lot of great years in Montreal. I had a lot of success there. I'm very happy about how I performed when I was there. And same thing with my game here in Vegas. So, you mentioned the outside noise and whatnot, it makes no difference whether you're under the microscope or not. You put that same pressure on yourself day in and day out. All the best players do. And I don't consider any of the outside noise, extra added pressure or not. I just feel you go about your business and do the best you can.
Max, thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.